about it.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous.
All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Come on, baby. Let's go. Motion. Go. Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right?
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Weber. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Watch safety. Any weapon.
On 1st down, Weber. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Weber. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Seibert's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 90 is a mic. I got one. Jackson now. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
Jackson, we got this. Complete to Tyler Boyd. A gain of 22 yards.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Switch. Hatch it. Off. Yeah.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to the tight end Sample. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
There's Jackson on third and long. Complete to his tight end Sample. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Secure. Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Alert. 3 down. Here we go. Watch 7. Watch 7. Check 37. Cover. Go. 90 is a mic. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 90 is a mic. You don't know no better. 90 is a mic. I got you.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Steps away to his left. That is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Motion. 90 is a mic. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, alert. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Now the former Sooner, this is Rodney Anderson. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. What's the run? They're running it. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Weber. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Express.
On 2nd down now, it's Weber. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
3rd and 10.
Monday, down. 180. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist.
Now Weber. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Move. One, later one. I got to do. Tight dog. He get. 637. Undercrunch. Mike's 50.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Go, Mike 50.
Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Low. Slam.
To throw again. Carr. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
90 is the mic. Focus, defense, focus.
Now it's Jackson. That one complete to Anderson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
And the Bengals first down.
Motion. 90 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Rodney Anderson, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
90 is the mic. Get that quarterback at all costs. 90 is the mic. No gain on this defense.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Green brings it in. 12. Yards that time at a Cincinnati first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 12. First down, Cincinnati.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
90 is the mic. Man, I got you.
And Jackson throwing once more. A dump off to Anderson. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
We got it. 90 is the mic.
On second down, Anderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Ready. Hey, watch the slant. Check. Crouch. Let's go. Fire ball. 94 is the mark.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
They run again on first down. Anderson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns' 8-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
It's just me and you. 94 is the middle.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They'll run. This is Bernard. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
He'll rifle this one deep right into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Well, going deep here for Taylor. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Here we go, D. You go try to go.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He gets this one to Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
First down, Cincinnati.
Check 50. Check 50.
22, check, over. 22, check, over. 94 is the mark. Switch off. Hey. 94 is the mark.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
94 is the mark.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Tyler Boyd, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game.
Complete to Tyler Boyd. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Greg Zerline lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
29. Check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50. Go.
Carl try it again on second down. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Let's get off the field, D.
Now Carr. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
He's got his man here. It's Green. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 94 is the mark. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down,
Check 24.
Bengal.
Check 24. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
94 is the mark.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
90 is the mark. So don't say nothing. 90 is the mark. I smell fear in that offense.
On second and 12, Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a carry for Bernard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie things at 17 all. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run on first down. Weber, and he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Later 9.
Hey, high 7.
White. That's it.
Carr now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Browns have taken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Kill. Let's go. Banjo. 90 is the mic. Let's go. Come on. Hustle.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cleveland offense ready to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
694. Mike, slide down.
On 1st down, Carr. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Who's that? 94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. I'm coming.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. He completes it to Boyd. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there. 94 is the mic. You run. 94.
Jackson operating from the gun. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
94 is the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. We got motion. Back up. Delta. 94.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12.
90 is the mic.
Crunch time, defense. Go.
90 is almost.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Let's go.
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Let's get there. Check 43. Check 31.
Here's Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
90 is the mic.
10 yards on the pickup.
90 is the mic.
Let's go, Pete.
At the 18-yard line.
On second and inches, Jackson being chased out left. And that is incomplete here.
Jackson on the keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third down and less than a yard.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches.
Switch.
Yeah.
94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. Ricky.
Pick the edge.
Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On first down, Weber. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Who do? Check 2 right. 93. What's up?
Carr going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. We want this. Kill.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
94 is the mark.
Hey, seam 6.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Yo.
Now Carr. And he finds Seals Jones complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run on first down. Weber, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Now, 94 is the mark. 180. 180. We're good. 280. Whip. Watch the whip. Rush in.
They'll run again here with Weber. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Williams brought him down. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
About to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains,